Okay, this is the Viper 4567 here with episode 7 of the Attitude Era. This is Canadian Stampede, which is... So, let's get into this show. This was absolutely the best show of 1997. Either that or WWF One Night Only, but other than that, this show is probably the best of them all. Like, there was, 4 matches on the card, which some people could say, yeah, it's very short, but still, every match was extremely enjoyable. Plus, obviously, the main event itself was absolutely excellent. So, basically, the show itself was absolutely superb. Like, you couldn't really call it anything bad, really, could you? So, before the main show, obviously, you have the free-for-all. There was a tag team match between the New Blackjacks, and the Godwins, which was obviously like any other free-for-all match, is not great. Lasted less than 4 minutes, and yeah, the Godwins win that match, which the crowd actually were really into this match, actually, I must say. Which they were to the crowd were, I tell you, they were absolutely red hot in throughout this whole fucking show. Like, I must say, the Canadians years ago, like, obviously, anytime an American wrestler came to Canada, most of the time they got booed, even if they were face or not. So, which was kind of it's like Bizarro World, is what most WWE announcers used to call it. So let's get on with the main action. Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Mankind get, I think it's double count out. Yeah, it was double count out, and what was a very, very good opening match, I must say. Probably the finish itself, the double count out, was kind of lame, but other than that, like, the match itself was superb. Basically, the match starts off Mankind running into the ring and attacking Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Mankind then with a nice bulldog and a slam and a leg drop. Mankind then with a nice double arm DDT, and then he mocks Triple H's bow, basically. Triple H then comes back with a face buster. Then Triple H down on the outside, Mankind. Then with Hunter Hearst Helmsley on the outside, Mankind does his elbow off the apron of the ring, aka the Bang Bang elbow. Gets Hunter Hearst Helmsley back into the ring and gets it too. Mankind Irish whips Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and he gets launched over the top rope, which he always does, onto the floor. Mankind then goes to the top rope, but Triple H goes up to the rampway, so Mankind goes after him. Mankind then suplexes him onto on the ramp, steel ramp. The crowd are going nuts, which, as I said earlier, they do for most of the show. Triple H does a sunset flip, but gets reversed into Manimal Claw, but China breaks that by punching him in the face with the ref not seeing. Triple H and Irish, and then they're out on the outside. Triple H, Mankind, Irish rips Mankind towards China. China does a fucking absolute power slam, which Mankind hits the knee off the steps, which was awesome. Then Hunter Hearst Helmsley gets a steel chair and hits Mankind's knee with a chair a few times. Triple H then chop blocks the knee of Mankind, then he works on the knee more or less the rest of the match. Could see him working the body part and sticking to it. Then he gets the figure 4 leg lock, which Mankind gets out of. Then goes for the pedigree, but Mankind counters it and holds the knee after. Literally, I think he tries to do something, but he's cutting because of the knees. Mankind lands on Triple, which basically just, I think it was he knocks Triple H down, I think, and then Mankind just basically lands on his bollocks, basically, on Triple H's bollocks, which was fucking awesome. Mankind goes knee into Triple H's face. You can see the pain on his face, basically, after it. Headbutt then from Mankind. Mankind gets a pile driver, which gets 2. Triple H hits Mankind with a chair in the knee, and then China clotheslines Mankind. Mankind then goes to the man with claw, but China grabs Mankind and crotches him into the ring post, basically, with the referee again not seeing. Triple H rams him into the guardrail, and then they go into the crowd, and that's when they get both counted out. So this match could have easily been 4 stars, but obviously because of the finish, so it would have been much better if it had been a squad. Either, I don't know, if it was just maybe someone win the match, it would have been a 4 star, but sure, look, 3.5. Next match then, Taka Michinoku defeats the Great Sasuke in a fantastic fucking in a fantastic cruiserweight match. I must say, it was absolutely beautiful, fucking great. It was. I do like high flying wrestling. I like basically nearly all sorts of wrestling, but high flying is one of my favourites because you get a lot of good spots. So in this match, which we saw as well, Before the match, obviously, again, Triple H and Mankind are still fucking brawling, and Triple H gets himself busted up wide open. So at the start of the match, Taka Michinoku works on the arm, then Suzuki comes back with a nice spinning kick, then a single leg Boston Crab. Taka then with a lovely right hand. It was literally a knockout punch, nearly. It was beautiful. And then a drop kick to the back of the head, and then one to the face then of Suzuki. Suzuki back drops Taka onto the outside. Suzuki from the top rope does drop kicks Taka onto the outside. Some nice kicks then from Suzuki to Taka in the corner. Then Taka comes back with a springboard plancha onto the outside. Then the crowd are really starting to get into this match. By the end of the match, they were fucking red hot for it. Suzuki goes for a German, but Taka lands on his feet and does a Hanukkah Rana, which gets 2. Nice roll up gets 2 then from Taka, and then Suzuki does a handspring moonsault from the apron of the ring onto Taka. Belly to belly suplex gets 2 for Taka Michinoku. Then Taka again then comes back with a springboard dropkick to the back of Suzuki's head. Michinoku driver gets 2. Taka then goes to the top rope, dives off, but eats a lovely dropkick in the basically mid-air. Then Suzuki with a springboard crossbody which gets 2. Then he gets a double hooked suplex in what was an amazing, which basically gets the win in what was an amazing match. Very, very amazing. Like, this match went less than 10, just about the 10-minute mark. I think this match could have easily went a little bit further even. I was enjoying another 2 or 3 minutes maybe, and this probably could have been a forced. Like, if they had to go if they keep on going, I think this would have been a 4-star match even. But like, you can't really complain about this match at all. There's no shitty botches or anything. Really good match, really enjoyable. It was nothing bad, as I said, and the crowd loved it. So another 3.5-star match, and more happy customers. In the back then, Triple H and Mankind are still fighting. Mankind rams Triple H's face into a school bus, which was, there basically. Next then we have the Undertaker defeating Vader to retain the WWF Championship in an okay match. This, ironically, is the worst match of the night, really. I rated it a 3 1/4 star. It was, to be fair though, a lot of people, even including myself, thought this might only just be a 1-star match, because obviously Vader Taker, their match at Royal Rumble was absolutely pathetic. But before the match then, Paul Bearer has an interview calling basically Undertaker a murderer, and then he runs basically when he sees Taker, and then what JR says something, it's hard to hide when you're 400 pounds. King's response was, yeah, you should you know a lot about that, wouldn't you? Fucking brilliant. Like, it was somewhat what they could get away with years ago was absolutely beautiful. King and JR though back then were brilliant together compared to what King is like now. Prick. The crowd are going nuts at the start of this match, actually, I must say. Taker takes control with a few right hands and some kicks. A leg drop from Taker gets 2. Taker does the old school and gets 2 off a flying clothesline. Taker then with 2 big boots. The second boot puts Vader over the top rope. Vader Irish rips Undertaker into the steel steps. Bearer bow mounts Undertaker, calling him yet again a murderer. This is obviously building up to Kane debuting in WWF. Flying clothesline then from the top rope gets 2 for Undertaker. Vader then comes back with an axe handle, which also gets 2, and a splash, which gets 2. Vader goes low blow in front of the referee, which, I don't get. This match wasn't even no disqualification. Vader then goes for a Vader bomb, basically. Undertaker sits up, bang, just for good measure, again in front of the referee. Taker then gets a choke slam from the second rope, which only gets a 2. Then he goes for the choke slam again, which only gets a 2 count again. So basically, Undertaker's pissed off, gets him up, tombstone, which gets the win. So very good, another very good match there, I must say. Probably the worst match of the night, if you want to go that far. Was probably the worst match of the evening, but obviously not in a bad way, we'll say. So I'd give it 3 1/4 stars, and basically the show has been absolutely freaking awesome so far. And basically we're waiting for the next match, which is the Hart Foundation defeating Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ken Shamrock, Goldust and the Legion of Doom in a superb match. Really enjoyed it. I rated it at 5 stars. It was an excellent match. Before the match, some woman started singing the Canadian national anthem, which I don't get before the main event. At the start of the pay-per-view, yes, but either way, I just don't get it. I don't really get it. Who gives a crap? all the Hart Foundation come out and basically to their own songs. The crowd go nuts for every single one, especially obviously Bret Hart. Stone Cold gets a good reaction too. Goldust, Ken Shamrock, LOD kind of got like mixed reactions basically. So, which was probably going to be expected anyway. So Austin and Bret start off, they trade punches until Austin goes for a camel clutch. And then basically the moment from Survivor Series 1996 all happening again, but this time Austin kicks out. Neidhart gets the tag, but gets Fez pressed, and then Shamrock gets the tag and goes to the ankle clap up yet again. For many times in this match, Brian Pillman breaks it up, and then a shit looking arm drag by Shamrock on Neidhart, which was fucking... This is probably one of the worst parts of the match. Goldust and then Owen are tagged in. Crowd goes nuts for when Owen gets the tag. Owen gets a nice enziguri, which gets a 2 count. Hawk comes in and gets a gut wrench suplex and a dropkick and a splash from the top rope. Bulldog gets the tag and gets a lovely suplex and Hawk, which gets only a 2. Power Slam gets 2 also for Bulldog. Owen then with a nice dropkick from off the top rope on Animal. Animal then with a powerbomb on Owen. Doomsday Device then, and Owen gets 2 after Neidhart saves Owen. Austin slams Owen's leg into the ring post twice and then hits the leg with a chair, which then basically Bruce Hart tries to stop Austin and he basically gets a punch for his troubles. Excuse me. The Hart Foundation then gang up on Austin in the corner. He fights back, stunner to Pillman. Bret Hart then does post Austin's leg, basically ring post Austin's leg yet again. Then Austin hit Austin's leg twice with a fire extinguisher, and then the ring post leg lock again. Austin then goes to the back, which Owen also does as well. Pillman slams Shamrock into the guardrail. Russian leg sweep on Shamrock gets 2. Neidhart rams Animal into the steel steps. Bulldog owns Shamrock in the corner until he goes low on Bulldog. Goldust gets a Bulldog on Bulldog, which was kind of funny, and goes for curtain call until fucking Pillman clotheslines him too. Superplex from top rope from Bulldog gets 2 on Goldust. Austin then comes back. Bret and Stone Cold go at it. Bret with a neck breaker and an elbow, which gets 2. Bret then gets the sharpshooter on, but Animal breaks that up, which crowd crack up over. Austin then Owen and Austin go at it. Austin clotheslines Owen over to the outside. Austin then goes after Bruce and Wayne Hart then, and a big brawl happens. Then Austin gets back into the ring and gets rolled up by Owen for the win. So, which was kind of, we were expecting a bigger finish for that, but other than that, it does not take any rating off this match. An absolutely fantastic match to end what was a fantastic show. So, as I've said, I'll give this 5 stars. So overall, this pay-per-view, solid. For only 4 matches, I wish there was a kind of another match maybe just to kind of, but then again, maybe they might not have had the 5th great match, but sure, look, what can you do? It's a great pay-per-view. I would recommend going to see it. Going to watch it, I should say, not going to see it. Go watch it. I'll tell you one thing, you won't regret it. From start to finish, 4 matches, all fantastic, worth watching. Even Undertaker Vs Vader was fantastic. So overall, I'm going to give this a 9.25. That's the 2nd biggest rating I've ever given a pay-per-view in my life. It's probably the 3rd time I've actually gave it only a pay-per-view on 9. So I'm hard to please, basically. So this will be my last video for a week. Obviously due to the fact that it is Christmas, I'm going to take a break for about a week. Which, yeah, fair enough. It doesn't sound a long time, but still, I'm going to take a break now after this video for a week, and then I'll do SummerSlam next Monday. So I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and very peaceful Christmas and a peaceful New Year. And I will talk to you guys soon next week. So this was the Viper. Please subscribe and please comment down below. So have a great Christmas, guys, and I will talk to you soon.